This time I'm going to be talking about how I journal. I wrote down 10 ways that I journal and different strategies that work out for me. I've heard multiple ways of journaling. Some people write and then they never look back. Some people write and sometimes look back. Some people write and always revisit what they've said. I don't revisit often, but I do sometimes like to go back and see how I was feeling or the questions that were on my mind. It's just nice to see that personal growth, because I feel like sometimes you don't realize how much you've moved on or how much your ideas have changed or how much certain things are just the core of who you are and they won't change until you have something tangible to look at. If I don't feel like writing about an immediate event or a personal experience, or there's no podcast or TV show that sparked anything in me, I will write from the perspective of things around me. So as an example, there's a tree outside my window, and at the beginning of COVID or like quarantine, the leaves on the tree were starting to show and the flowers were starting to bloom, and I was kind of like watching the process of it a lot more intently than I normally would, because it was quarantine and I had nothing but time. And every day I would look out my window and I'd see something different, like the leaves falling or animals like gravitating towards the branches or the trees when things were starting to bloom, but then now there's nothing really on it. Then you can start analyzing things like growth process, when things start falling out of place, how you feel when there's a transition, how you feel when people are gravitating towards you because you're in a good space, and then how it feels when people are nowhere to be around, when you're in a low space. Like, there's so much that you can pull from nature specifically, and then also just like things that spark emotions, that spark feeling, that spark thoughts. I use a lot of repetition when I'm writing. I repeat words, I capitalize the entire word if it's something that I'm really struggling with or something that's really on my mind. I like to use repetition and capital locks to really make those topics or those feelings stand out. So I feel like you can reflect on past entries in a newly written entry and get a lot of perspective too. Another thing that I like to do is rewrite the same experience again and again. Like I said before, if you haven't fully processed something, it does help to look at something that's really on your mind and you haven't let go of. As time passes, you just see things from different vantage points and you understand things a little bit more clearly, and you can assess where you may have impacted certain things, and you can also create a space for like forgiveness for that, just like a lot of things. So I like to write about specific events that are that I hold on to. If you're the type of person that holds on to things a lot or keeps them in the back of your head, I think this is one of the most important things. I should have put it as number one. Set the mood, set the vibe. I love tea. I like to have a cup of tea. Sometimes candles, sometimes just looking out my window, sometimes music playing. Just set a mood so that it's like a fun, or maybe not fun, but like a comfortable experience for you. It's not something that seems regimented. It's not something that seems like work. I like it to just feel like a vibe, you know? I know not everybody has a home environment that facilitates like a comfortable space, but just try and make it as comfortable as you possibly can. And hopefully one day you'll have your own environment that you feel comfortable with and you feel like you can express your thoughts and process things in a very clear way. Definitely use code names, definitely try and protect yourself as much as you feel, but still remain true to how you feel and releasing those emotions. That was my video on how I journal. It's a little extensive. I might break this up into 2 parts. I'm not too sure yet. But thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any strategies that work for you, definitely write them in the comment section below, and I will be back with a new video soon.